coaching institute which will, apart from pre-PG, also teach undergraduate subjects. There is a form which will be circulated, and please fill the form before you leave, and in that it is written difficulty in which subject, difficulty in which problem. So individually we will try to address your complaints. Coming to the scientific lecture, and also I would like to tell you that those you have online coaching these days and you have offline coaching. Most of the places I know there is online teaching or pre-PG. But in online PG you have a sudden stoppage, and after that you can't ask questions from the teacher. And if the offline is conducted, like we are conducting, you are free to ask any question, any doubt. If the teacher knows it, he will tell you there, or he will search the answer and tell you after some time. So this is always good. Having said all this, we come back to our topic of hemiplegia, which we discussed yesterday. And why I am teaching you hemiplegia? Number one, you get a long case in CNS of hemiplegia, maybe a short case sometimes, and you are all at sea. You just don't know what to do, because you know the CNS examination, but you don't know how to make a differential diagnosis of the disease. Whether the cause is thrombosis, or the cause is hemorrhage, or the cause is embolism, you don't know. And you are not able to make the diagnosis, and you get marks on the basis of what examination you are able to do, but the diagnosis part you don't get the marks. Now, तुम में से बहुत से लोग मुझसे पूछ सकते हैं कि आज CT स्कैन अवेलेबल है, MRI अवेलेबल है, तो क्या ज़रूरी है कि हमें फिजिकल साइन आए और हम ये बताएं कि थ्रोम्बोसिस है, कि हेमरेज है, कि एम्बोलिज्म है, कि ब्रेन ट्यूमर है? What is the need? The need, my dear students, still exists. I'll ask you, how many villages today have CT or MRI? How many villages have CT and MRI at 4-5 hour distance? And that 4-5 hour distance patient is taken reverse. There comes the need for clinical diagnosis even today. You will get CT and MRI in the cities, but not in the village. And you are posted in a village, and how will you diagnose? So, I told you yesterday about onset. Basically, I told you about the word onset. Onset मतलब पेशेंट बिल्कुल ठीक कब था और उसको हेमीप्लेजिया के पूरे सिम्टम होने में कितना टाइम लगा। अगर आप रेलवे प्लेटफॉर्म या कहीं भी खड़े हैं और आप एकदम से गिर गए, you are standing on the railway platform, you suddenly fall, and because your one side limbs give way, then it is within seconds. The onset is within seconds. The person was standing and he fell to the ground. So this will be coming under a very sudden onset. The second example, there is a person, he is going to the market to purchase something, and this takes about 15 minutes. When he goes to the market, he starts limping, लंगड़ाने लगता, but he thinks, okay, maybe I have sustained some leg injury. So he proceeds, he reaches the market, he purchases the thing, and he returns. And when he returns, he falls to the ground because he develops hemiplegia. यहाँ भी onset, कितना टाइम पहले पेशेंट ठीक था और कितने टाइम में उसे हेमिप्लीजिया, जो पहला बताया वो वेरी सडन ऑनसेट है, विद इन सेकेंड खड़े खड़े गिर गया, कुछ सेकेंड, और यहाँ उसे 15 से 30 मिनट का टाइम लगा। तो ये वो वेरी सडन ऑनसेट है और ये सडन। I have told you yesterday there should be no confusion that hemiplegia is paralysis of one side of the body, maybe right arm and right lower limb, or left arm and left lower limb. And with or without involving the face, it is not necessary that the face will always be involved. So there are, I think, students, you are clear. Yesterday also I discussed, today I have also discussed that what is the word onset, what does it mean. The time interval between when the patient was totally alright and he developed the symptoms, complete symptoms of hemiplegia. Now Anand, can you just focus on the first slide which tells about the very sudden onset. Now if very sudden onset is there, what I told you, that patient is standing and falls to the ground, आप देख रहे हैं नॉर्मली खड़ा है, बस स्टैंड पे भीड़ बहुत है, नॉर्मली खड़ा है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, और एकदम से गिर जाता है। That is a very sudden onset, within seconds. And I was looking at the pre-PG papers, so in a different way they have given the problem of the patient and then asked, but the stem of the answer and the root of the answer are both here. So now this could be either very sudden onset, could be within second, either cerebral embolism or cerebral hemorrhage. Cerebral embolism, usually, you know, I am sure, you know what is an embolus and what is a thrombus. So thrombus breaks and maybe in the heart and lodges itself in the brain and blocks the arterial supply. So either it is cerebral embolism. In cerebral embolism, you may get a valvular heart disease history, that is, you may get a murmur or some other valvular disease of history, or ischemic heart disease, you know the group IHD in MI, so this is क्योंकि वहाँ थ्रोम्बस होता है और वो ब्रेन में जाता है, फिब्रिलेशन हुआ, एट्रियल फिब्रिलेशन हुआ, थ्रोम्बस इन valvular disease can reach the brain. तो ये तो हो गया, और cerebral hemorrhage, the second cause. Cerebral hemorrhage, hypertension, related. हो सकता है कि पेशेंट का भी ब्लड प्रेशर कभी पहले चेक ही ना हुआ और वो अनकॉन्शियस है पेशेंट, तो आप उससे पूछते हैं कि क्या तकलीफ है, तो इसको वो अनकॉन्शियस है, उसके रिलेशन से पूछते हैं व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम. Relation says nothing, he was alright, he just fell to the ground, we don't know anything. Either you measure the BP, you see BP is very high, very very high, or he will tell you the history of hypertension. और अगर उसका बीपी कभी मेजर ही नहीं किया गया तो हिस्ट्री नहीं मिलेगी। तुम मेजर करोगे तो तुम्हें वेरी हाई बीपी और तब तुम्हें सस्पिशन होगा कि इसको क्या, इसको हेमरेज, सेरिब्रल हेमरेज। और बाकी चीजें जो हाइपरटेंशन में मिलती हैं, ऑक्सीपिटल हेडेक, यू नो, देयर इज ब्रेथलेसनेस on walking, sometimes you can, more in subarachnoid hemorrhage, you get a neck rigidity, and unconsciousness, seizures, that is fits or convulsions, and papillary, raised intracranial tension. So, if there is a very sudden onset, these are. Then we come to the next one, Anand, and that is a sudden onset. Anand is a computer engineer and he is associated with our team because these days it's very necessary in every field. Now when we talk, can you take it a little up? Cerebral, now we come to which onset? Tell me, students. Very sudden, I have told you. Now we come to which onset? Sudden. मतलब very sudden से slow. लेकिन बाकी से बीच वाला तो वेरी सडन। It could be cerebral arterial thrombosis, it could be cerebral venous thrombosis. It could be traumatic, it could be subarachnoid hemorrhage. Now if there is a history of, if we come to cerebral venous thrombosis, straight up, usually there is a history of either leg thrombosis or puerperium. And you know what is puerperium? Delivery during birth. So, lady comes to you with a history of childbirth and after that she gets hemiplegia. Likely to be, we will not say 100%, but likely to be cerebral venous thrombosis. Or if leg vein problem, again this could be the case. And you can get the seizures also. Of course, some vomiting, some headache. Subarachnoid hemorrhage, we all know, is a very serious disease and we will get hypertension. Already we have told many times that we will get hypertension, BP will be high or history of hypertension or missing a tablet which the patient, he or she takes daily a tablet for hypertension but she forgets it for 1 day or 2 days and the BP rises. And that may be the cause of both cerebral and subarachnoid. And here you will get neck stiffness. And again mostly unconscious like cerebral hemorrhage. And you can get seizures, you can get meningeal irritation. So meningeal irritation not only in meningitis but also here. And then what is the catch point? How do you catch it? That this could be this. You can catch it easily, my friends, because the neurological examination may be normal or it will not tally with any particular disease. Traumatic, of course, the road accident is there, you have any other accident, trauma, the history is there and the onset is cerebral arterial thrombosis. I have already told you, patient is going to the market, he returns, it takes about 15 to 30 minutes and that is also. So these all were the causes of सडन ऑनसेट कितना हुआ 15 मिनट से लेकर आधे घंटे 1 घंटे कभी आधा दिन तक ऐसा कोई स्ट्रिक्ट बाउंड्री नहीं बना सकते बट दिस नाउ वी कम टू द थर्ड ग्रुप एंड दैट इज द क्विक ऑनसेट आनंद now quick onset. And now we are so don't get bored my students because we are winding it up now. We have come already to the quick onset and after that there is only one more onset and that is a slow or gradual. Now in quick onset you have meningitis, you have encephalitis, you have brevis dorsalis. Previously, syphilis was very common. Now we have less cases, but still there. Multiple sclerosis, which is more common in the European countries. Again, I come back to example where history is very important. I told you initially, take the history. History is very important. Without history and without tracing the system involved, you will not be able to diagnose the case. और अगर इकट्ठे 20 इन्वेस्टिगेशन लिखोगे तो अगली बार पेशेंट हमारे पास लौट के नहीं। इसलिए क्लिनिकली देखो और फिर बताओ कि ये 3 इन्वेस्टिगेशन है, ये मेरे को बताओ, ये आपको बताओ। Now meningitis, you see, the patient will develop photophobia, fear of life. जब मेनिंजाइटिस बढ़ गई, नेक रिजिडिटी हो गई, तब तो सभी डायग्नोस कर लेंगे, but by that time patient will be serious and meningitis is a serious disease. He may be saved or not saved. But if he says that I go in light, I go out and there is a fear of light, I don't feel like going out, at that stage you investigate and diagnose that it could be meningitis. You will be able to treat many cases and you will earn a lot of good. So, rest of things you know, neck rigidity occurs in meningitis, then the senior batches know that there is Kernick sign and Brzezinski sign and all those signs, so that I am not discussing here, but fever is very important, photophobia is important, that is the first symptom. And you have lacrimation also. Encephalitis. What is encephalon? Encephalon, what does it mean? Encephalon means the brain. So, and meningitis, what is meninges? Come on, don't be shy, I am not going to scold you, I am not taking your test. You tell me. What is meninges? Covering layer of the brain. It covers the brain. So when you know, you should tell. So it is a covering layer of the brain. And encephalitis is infection of the brain itself. Meningitis covering. You are high. Can you tell me which disease is more serious, meningitis or encephalitis and why? Encephalitis. Good. Why? Because the brain is involved in encephalitis and in meningitis, the meninges, which is the covering layer, is involved. Then this brevis dorsalis, which is, you take it to brevis dorsalis. Brevis dorsalis previously very common. Neurosyphilis we used to call it, now it has become lesser. If you find a patient where there is loss of sensation over the anterior part of the chest and inner part of the arms, कॉटन से छुओगे, किसी और चीज से छुओगे आर्म, इनर साइड ऑफ आर्म, तो उसे कुछ लगेगा ही नहीं कि कुछ छुआ, ना एंटीरियर पार्ट ऑफ चेस्ट को लगेगा। Then there are repetitive pains, जैसे कोई पेन है बार बार चुआ, तो repetitive pains. Then there are electric shock like sensation. Girdle pain, girdle तुम्हें मालूम है, pelvic girdle होती है, एक shoulder girdle होती है, तो जैसे किसी को बांध दिया वहाँ पे इतना दर्द होता है। So girdle pains and there is absence of pain sensation on squeezing the testis or tendo Achilles. This is very important, and the patellar reflex is lost. And coming to the last disease of this group, multiple sclerosis, more common in Europe. There are greyish breaks in the brain. Ask the patient to say Constantinople, and he will say Constantinople. What is this? This is scanning speech. There are breaks in speech. He is not able to say the word continuously without a gap. Like your CT scan moves slowly and scans the whole body. Our patients may not be able to say Constantinople sometimes. So ask them to say kuch kuch to me, and he will say kuch kuch tun e a. And at that very stage, your mind should be alert that this could be a case of multiple sclerosis. Second thing, there are remissions and relapses. Episode, जैसे bronchial asthma है, जैसे episodic, sometimes okay, sometimes disease. And so there are remission and relapses. And then there are things like which you have not to worry at this stage, that you will learn later, that but in pre-PG questions of this level are asked, so I have included it. But if you are an undergraduate student, then you can write it now but learn it later. So there is impotence because there is prolactinoma and testosterone levels are increased. And then we come our decrease. Coming to the last one, slow or gradual onset, months to years. Onset और ये बताना मैं भूल गया कि meningitis encephalitis ये जो quick onset है ये 7 से 10 दिन के भीतर पेशेंट बिल्कुल ठीक है, फिर उसे बुखार आया, बुखार ठीक नहीं हुआ, 7-8 दिन हो गए और उसके बाद ये होगा। और अगर उसको ये फोटोफोबिया वगैरह है तो वो शुरू में हो जाए। We lastly come इसमें नहीं to the gradual or slow onset. Lot of time between when the patient was all right and when the patient got disease. It could be months, it could be years, and that is a space occupying lesion. We call it a space occupying lesion basically because it is occupying the normally vacant extra space. So there could be 3 diagnoses. One is brain tumor, the second one is tuberculosis, and the third one is cirrhosis. And what will be the features? There will be a severe headache, there will be bradycardia, there will be hypertension, the respiratory rate will be altered. So and the paralysis will staff, depending on where it is. So we have a combination. I always tell you now that in medicine, the classes which I have taught previously, that 1 plus 2 is 3 and 3 plus 2 is always 5. So if you want to do well in medicine, you remember the combinations. ये 4 डिजीज मिला के आज वही किया, ये 4 सिम्टम है तो ये डिजीज है, दूसरे 4 सिम्टम है तो दूसरे। इस तरह से याद रखोगे तो क्लिनिकल में you will be doing very well and also in theory and breathing. I have already told you all these things. The only thing is that here you need CT or MRI for a final diagnosis. ऐसे कोई clinical point नहीं है बहुत ज़्यादा. You have to do a CT or MRI or नई techniques, SPECT वगैरह आ गई. So is it a brain tumor? Is it neurocysticercosis or is it tumor? पेशेंट को वही सब बता दिया क्या होगा और पेपिलिडीमा वगैरह आ जाएगा जो इंक्रीज इंट्राक्रेनियल टेंशन के साइन. Wasim is here. Yesterday he was present. Wasim, not come today. Anyway, what is your name? I am asking you, red shirt now. Okay, can you tell me one thing? God gives you a choice. I am not giving you a choice. God gives you a choice. कि एक रिलीज तो तुम्हें होनी हो. मैं सही नहीं कह रहा हूँ, पूछ रहा हूँ. ये नहीं कह रहा तुम्हें डिजीज हो जाए. पर एक तुम्हें सिलेक्ट करो. SOS. तो ब्रेन ट्यूमर है, ट्यूबरकुलोमा और न्यूरोसिस्टिसरकोसिस. तो तुम कौन सी डिजीज सिलेक्ट करो? Tuberculosis. Why not neurocysticercosis?
cyst formation होता है ब्रेन में पेटेंट करना पड़ता है और ट्यूबरकुलोसिस का ट्रीटमेंट भी
Dr. B.R. Srivastava sir is here, so he knows the best. But what I know is that probably neurocysticercosis is the easiest because we treat it and you know it is tinea solium, tinea saginata, and we treat it and we see the CT scan repeatedly till it is clear. Tuberculoma to my mind would take a little more time and brain tumor of course is the most dangerous and in every case you can't operate and you may do radio, chemotherapy, you can operate. The size, how much it is, 3 centimeter or more, can you reach that site or not, and the prognosis is not. So sit down and it is good that at least you have tried to answer. So today I have just given you a way of teaching that if you join our academy, we will teach in a similar way, and I think this is much better than online teaching, and it is also better when you reason out things. The choice is yours, and the forms will be distributed. Anushka and Purvi and Dr. Ankita, the forms should be ready and they should be filled up and checked. If you want our coaching, you put a right mark on it and fill up the columns. Where is the difficulty, which prof, which subject of PPT. And if you don't need it, don't hesitate, clearly write, so that we should also know.